If you can, stay till the end. I give my opinion on all this about this update. I tried to put it out yesterday. I didn't have enough time. I didn't get home till 9 o'clock, and once I got uh, some, once I got dealing with the family and everything, I kind of lost time and wasn't able to do it. But I definitely want to get this video out there because every one of them American people are heroes, flat out heroes. So I just I didn't want to interrupt the video, so I wanted to put this little snippet at the beginning and then put my thoughts at the end. That way I didn't interrupt the video. You guys can watch it. So stay tuned because he gets on there and he explains everything, and I think it's a good thing. It's about time. It's about time. Love you. If you stay to the end, just type in Epic Fury. That'll tell me that you actually stayed and watched the end. And uh, I'm pretty sure I go into detail about a lot of things that a lot of you guys understand. Like, we're all sick of it. We're all sick of it. So, like, I don't go all crazy or nothing like that, but I do talk about this video and some of the problems that we have as Americans. And I think it's a pretty good clip, so you should watch it. Love you.
Iran's nuclear sites in Operation Midnight Hammer to the decisive military victory we just achieved in Operation Epic Fury. No other president has shown the courage and resolve of this commander in chief. President Trump forged this moment. Iran begged for this ceasefire, and we all know it. As the President Truth this morning, a big day for world peace. Iran wants it to happen. They've had enough. Operation Epic Fury was a historic and overwhelming victory on the battlefield. A capital V military victory. By any measure, Epic Fury decimated Iran's military and rendered it combat ineffective for years to come. You see, in less than 40 days, one of our combatant commands, Central Command, CENTCOM, using less than 10% of America's total combat power, dismantled one of the world's largest militaries. The world's leading state sponsor of terrorism proved utterly incapable of defending itself, its people, or its territory. We untied just a fraction of our strength, and Iran suffered a devastating military defeat. Together with our Israeli partners, America's military achieved every single objective on plan, on schedule, exactly as laid out from day one. Iran's Navy is at the bottom of the sea, whether it's the Soleimani class, their frigate class, their prized drone aircraft carriers, submarines, mine layers, sunk. Iran's Air Force has been wiped out. Iran no longer has an air defense, any sort of a comprehensive air defense system. We own their skies. Their missile program is functionally destroyed. Launchers, production facilities, and existing stockpiles depleted and decimated. And almost completely ineffective. Iran shot hundreds and hundreds of missiles and one-way attack drones at our aircraft carrier. They were obsessed with it, and they never got even close. Every single one of those shots easily shot down miles and miles away from the Abe Lincoln. They were blowing ammo into Fantasyland. Contrast that with, most significantly, in last night's wave of more than 800 strikes, we finished completely destroying Iran's defense industrial base, a core pillar of our mission objective. What little they have left buried in bunkers is all they will have. They can still shoot, we know that. Their command and control is so decimated they can't really talk and coordinate, so they still may shoot here and there, but that would be very, very unwise. But they can no longer build missiles, build rockets, build launchers, or build UAVs. Their factories have been razed to the ground, set back in historic fashion. You see, had Iran refused our terms, the next targets would have been their power plants, their bridges, and oil and energy infrastructure, targets they could not defend and could not realistically rebuild. It would have taken them decades, and we were locked and loaded. They couldn't defend against it. President Trump had the power to cripple Iran's entire economy in minutes, but he chose mercy. He spared those targets because Iran accepted the ceasefire under leadership was systematically eliminated. The previous Iranian Supreme Leader, dead. The Supreme National Security Council Secretary, dead. The Supreme Leader Office Advisor, dead. The Supreme Leader Military Office Chief, dead. The Defense Minister, no longer with us. The IRGC Commander, dead. The Armed Forces General Staff Commander, dead. The Intelligence Minister, dead. The IRGC Navy Commander, no longer here. The IRGC Intel Chief, dead. I skipped over a bunch, and I could go on and on and on, to include the so-called new Supreme Leader wounded and disfigured. This new regime was out of options and out of time, so they cut a deal. They know this agreement means that they will never, ever possess a nuclear weapon. Under the terms, any nuclear material they should have will be removed. Any material, they should not have will be removed. Right now, their dust is deeply buried and watched 24/7 overhead. The president has been clear from the beginning, there will be no Iranian nuclear weapons. Period. Full stop. Other presidents said it. President Trump did it. Operation Epic Fury. Less than 6 weeks, clear mission, decisive action, overwhelming firepower, America first, a historic battlefield victory. For decades, Iran killed Americans with roadside bombs in Iraq, using cowardly proxies to do their dirty work while they hid safely in Tehran. They struck our embassies with car bombs and attacked from the shadows, never daring to face us toe-to-toe. They thought they could bleed America with impunity. Well, they just learned the hard way what happens when you try to fight us directly. And even when they got lucky, one time in 40 days, and down 2 of our pilots, they couldn't hold them. In a daring 14-hour rescue operation, 7 hours in daylight and 7 hours of night, both pilots were recovered safely. Not once, but twice. A daylight thunder run right up the middle of their country. Boots on the ground. A midnight raid right up the middle of their country. Boots on the ground. 0 American casualties. The Iranians humiliated and demoralized. We control their fate, not the other way around. That's why they came to the table. Iran's defeat is America's retribution for every American lost to Iranian terror, especially those brave troops killed by Iranian-made roadside bombs in Iraq that my generation knows so well, and for the suffering their regime has inflicted around the world. Now we have a chance at real peace and a real deal. The War Department, for now, has done its part. We stand ready in the background to ensure Iran upholds every reasonable term. And as everyone knows, nobody makes a better deal than President Trump. To the warriors of Epic Fury, I say well done. You're the backbone of our country. Your skill, your bravery, and sheer guts and grit showed the world what America is all about. I'm proud of you. We're proud of you. The President is proud of you. Job well done. But stay vigilant and stay ready. To the families of our fallen, your sacrifice was in service of a historic cause, and we will always remember your heroes, our heroes. We will continue to honor them. And to our Israeli allies, thank you for being a brave, capable, and willing ally on this battlefield. The rest of the world and the rest of our so-called allies saw what real capabilities look like. They should take some notes. Our troops, our American warriors, deserve the credit for this day. But God deserves all the glory. Tens of thousands of sorties, refuelings, and strikes carried out under the protection of divine providence. A massive effort with miraculous protection. Dude 44 Bravo spoke for all of us. God is good.
You know, every American should be proud at this moment. Like, the war on terrorism is over. If he's telling the truth about what he's saying, the war on terrorism is over. Like, just think of all the innocent people out here, all the families that lost people to all that mess over there. And then we got people in the United States that are actually sticking up for Hamas. Like, what's wrong with you people? They got videos of these people chasing women down, cutting babies out of them, and then chopping their heads off on video. I'm not big on terrorism, don't get me wrong. You can worship a taco if you want to, I don't care. But common sense is way different than the difference between right and wrong. Like, there's common sense. I think if you can't tell the difference between who's out here doing what, just because you ain't even looked into it, you're just listening to what your buddy's telling you, and you ain't actually going out there fact checking it yourself. You know, I learned a long time ago, back when CNN was coming on here lying to everybody the way they was. I mean, they was getting sued left and right for lying. I mean, just lying. And then you got all these older people out here that wake up every morning, get a cup of coffee, sit down, watch the news. I used to do it when I was a kid. I watched my grandma and my dad do it forever. Like, we'd get up in the morning before I go to school and I'd watch the news faithfully. And I didn't realize that's exactly what they wanted you to do. Like, if you get up every morning and watch the same news every day, you're gonna listen to what they say. You're gonna take what they say 100%. Because you trust them. It's why you get up every morning and you watch them. I used to watch Zanesville City News, and it was called Wiz News, and I didn't care if he got on there and said there's gonna be a tornado hit, and then they start laughing, like, just joking. I'd believe there's a tornado out there because he said it. Like, that's how far down that rabbit hole you can go when it comes to dealing with this stuff. Like, you can't take the news or just about anybody. Like, if you don't follow somebody that actually, like, you know for a fact they're showing you documents on there, like, this is what they said, this is what happens. Unless you see stuff like that, you cannot take the news's word for it. And I mean, Dr. Phil has many videos on there talking about you cannot trust the news. They're biased. If you're biased, that means that one-sided. That means you are one-sided. We're not supposed to be like, I don't want to hear what you got to say because whatever I got going on is more important than what you got going on. Like, if you get to that point, you got some serious inside work to do. Not to mention, everybody that went over and fought is a hero. Like, hands down, they should get awards. They're heroes. They went over and took care of business. And I don't have to worry about my son going over and getting tangled up in that stuff and getting killed by a roadside bomb now. Because he's 13, getting ready, he wants to grow up and go to the military. My entire family does that. I didn't get a chance to go because I got kicked out of school and I had a burr up my butt, and I didn't go back, and I should have went. I was going to the military when I already had it set up. I was working on my 10th grade year when I got kicked out, and 9/11 happened, and all that stuff happened, and they kicked me out of school for not signing myself out because I just turned 18. Needless to say, I didn't end up signing up for the military, and it destroyed my life because I had this plan that, because when you grow up poor, you only got so many options, and going to the military is what I was going to do. I was going to go to the military, get an education, and it was going to pay me to do it. Like, we got a guy in the White House right now that followed that same instruction. Like, but I don't have nobody to fall on when it comes to, I'm a poor white guy that has no money, so you are not getting no help from nobody. I can't even get I'm an American and I can't even get a loan to start a business, period. Like, the options I got are down here at the bottom. Like, yeah, if I had money to make money, cool, I can show you 20 different ways to make money. That's not a problem. But I don't have $60,000 in my hands that I can be like, oh, I can double this. I don't have that option. So I gotta go to work every day. And I'm down here on Earth with everybody else that are normal people on Earth doing everyday things that we only can do with, like, you can only do with what you got. It's like the same analogy that, you remember when you was younger and you wanted to get a job, and you're like, cool, all you gotta do is go get a job. Then you're thinking, well, how am I gonna get there? Oh, I need a car. Oh, I can't get a car because I don't have the money to buy the car to get the job. That's a real thing. Like, that is a real thing. It took me 2 years of mowing grass, hustling, doing whatever I gotta do to get $500 in my hands to buy my first vehicle. And then my dad sold it and bought beer with it. So, yeah. That's the stuff that people that don't have any options, that's the stuff that we're handed. And we ain't got no other choice but to be like, I gotta put a smile on my face because I have to. Like, life down here on Earth, don't play games. I've been homeless many times. Now I got 2 kids. I've been addicted to drugs. Needless to say, me and the old lady's got our kids back, and I've been clean and sober on, going on 9 years. I'm pretty sure it's 9 years. But, like, yeah, I take my sobriety serious. Try to. But it's amazing that people don't understand, like, what it's like to live down here on Earth. Like, and I watch videos all the time of people that are way smarter than I am, and I don't understand why everybody thinks they got to be a rocket scientist to make a video. I'm more of a ground level type of guy. Like, if I can't understand what you're saying, like, if I gotta get a dictionary out to understand what you're saying, you're going way too far. Like, you don't need this. I don't know. Like, you don't need to impress anybody, as far as what I'm understanding. Like, this world don't matter. It's the next one we're trying to get to. So, needless to say, you don't have, like, if you're trying to help people, you need to talk to them like you got sense. And if they don't understand you, that's why you got to watch the video 15 times to understand what they're saying. Like, that's what nobody's going to understand what half of that stuff is. Like, I'm not a very intelligent person, and I can understand a lot. Like, I got a lot of common sense. But when it comes to, like, some things that people talk about, I have no clue what you're talking about. Like, you sound really intelligent. You sound like you really dove into that. But I could not tell you what you just said. So I hope you ain't trying to help nobody, because everything you just said didn't help me at all. All you did is you gave me a big, like, a bunch of work to do to understand what you did try to tell me. And then when I finally understand what it is, it's like, okay, now what do I do with it? So like 2 weeks later, I got this stack of paperwork and my notes, and why? I don't need all that. Just tell me, common sense. Like, just say it. Just say it. It's like the smart people get to the end of the race sooner, And there's a reason for that. They're smarter. Look at Elon. Dude is not stupid. When he says something, you should take everything he says into consideration. I just pray that he gets a little closer to God, for real. I hope he actually would dive in and figure out like the truth of it. He's so busy, there's no way he's got enough time for the Bible. There's no way. But hopefully one of these days he does. But it's just one of those things. He's ahead of all this stuff because he's not stupid. But when it comes to everybody else, like, you know, everybody's gonna get to that finish line at some point. And like the whole CNN thing, like I caught on this 5 years ago, so I knew all this stuff was going on when Biden was in office, and all the stuff Biden was pulling behind their backs, and we just let it happen. Like nobody, whoever got paid to put him in jail should be arrested or lose their job, because they did not do their job at all. Because these guys were embezzling money flat out on the Americans' backs, and then they spit in your face and told you what you gonna do about it. And then they put Kamala up there, like she's gonna do something. And I'm not even trying to be mean. She can't tie her shoes. And they're gonna put her in the White House. Do you realize what she did to get the position she had? She was arm candy for the mayor of California. Like, our forefathers would roll over in a grave. George Washington would roll over in his grave if he knew Kamala got in that White House. That's disgusting. Americans got way too much pride for that stuff. It's disgusting. We need to quit fighting each other and come to an understanding, and quit thinking everybody's a scientist, because I'm not. I paint houses every day. I don't need to understand all this intellect stuff that I'm just not going to use. Like, I'm not going to use it. I'd rather you tell me straight up what it means, and then I can work with that. But like, yeah, you can dive into it or whatever. Like, I can understand a good bit, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to like have you seen some of these videos these people got? Like, I get it. If you're smart, you totally understand where they're at. But the other 60% of people don't. And I'm down in the 40%, so like, it's insane. We're so far from what's right and wrong. It's not funny. And if we don't fix it, our kids are going to suffer. Schools already destroyed our generation, and now they're working on our kids. Nobody's going to stop it but us, and that's for sure. I'm not saying we got to get up in arms and all that crap. Like, no one said that. We have laws for a reason. They're made from the Bible. There's a reason for that. Our forefathers that we look up to, and all the laws they set into place is for a reason. Like, we left all that crap alone. We left all that crap behind a long time ago. Like, nobody's coming here pulling that crap. United States will go there and punch you in the face. That's what Americans about. Like, there's no American out there that's gonna be like, yeah, whatever. No, you're not coming over here pulling that stuff. I don't know. We're so far from the truth that it's not funny. And if the war on terrorism's over, that's a blessing, and every one of them guys are heroes. Love you.